Hey YouTube, I am continuing with Bereshit, my notes on it to kind of expand on what I read. So Bereshit chapter 1, Genesis chapter 1, continuing with the note on the first verse. The sentence structure emphasizes that it was Elohim that did the filling, not as much emphasizing what Elohim did. The subject of the sentence and following narrative is what was filled, the heavens and the earth, or the skies and the land, more accurately translated into English as, in a primacy beginning of the fillings and of the heavens and the earth by Elohim. And also for before Bereshit 1:1, see Mishlei or Proverbs 8:22 through 31 and Ephesians 1:4 through 5. Then a note on the darkness that is talked about there. See Mishlei or Proverbs 8 verse 27. It's the exact same phrase. And also Job or Job 26 verse 10. The Hebrew word simply means darkness, but in the Kitbei HaKodesh, which is the separate writings, it has come to symbolize what opposes Elohim, such as judgment, Shemot or Exodus 10 verse 21, death, Tehillah or Psalm 88 verse 13, oppression, Yeshayahu or Isaiah 9 verse 1, wandering from Yahweh, Shemuel Aleph or 1 Samuel 1 verse 9, and in general, wrong. In Yeshayahu 45:7, Isaiah 45:7, it parallels bad. It is a fitting cover for the primeval world, but it prepares the reader for the fact that Elohim is about to reveal himself through his works. The Hebrew Tahom refers to the watery deep, especially the primeval ocean that surrounds and underlies the earth. See Bereshit or Genesis 7:11, Shemot or Exodus 24, and Devarim or Deuteronomy 5:8. I have another note. I want to see what I'm talking about really quick. 1J. Where it says, the Ruach of Elohim was rapidly hovering upon the face of the waters. And my note with that says that it denotes intense emotion, caring, excitement, love, anticipation. I think he was very excited for what he was about to do. Very excited about all of us. Mayim is waters, and Mayim is made of the letters Mem, which is a symbol of water, pictograph of water, Yad, which is a man's arm, and Mem, a pictograph of water. Dividing the waters, possibly referring to a primordial mass of liquids and gases, and maybe even solids. Waters here might be referring to ether if it exists in physics, a hypothetical substance supposed to occupy all space, postulated to account for the propagation of electromagnetic radiation through space. The substance has not been proven to exist, and the theory of it has overall been discarded, so maybe it's there, maybe it's not. Probably not, but maybe. That light, when it says, let there be light, or let him be light, connotations of salvation, joy, knowledge, right walking, life, and order. And it would include the entire electromagnetic radiation spectrum. See also Shemuel Beit or 2 Samuel 22:29, Yeshayahu or Isaiah 53:11, 58 verse 8, 10 and 10, 59 verse 9, 60 verse 1 and 3, Tehillah or Psalm 49:19, 56:13, 74:16, 97:11, 112:4. Also Job or Job 3:20, 30:26, and 33:30. Also Mattatyahu or Matthew 4 verse 16, 17 verse 2, 28 verse 3. Also Lucas or Luke 22 verse 32. Excuse me. Yochanan or John 1 verse 4 through 5, 7 through 9, 3 verses 19 through 21, 8 verse 12, 9 verse 5, 11 verse 9 through 10, and 12, 35 through 36, and 46. Also Acts 9 verse 3. In this verse, the Creator revealed the root of his name and his nature. Here Yahweh links 4 extraordinary words together, connecting Elohim, instruction, light, and eternal existence. Elohim, the Almighty, said, Amar, let be, Haya, exist, light, and light existed. Light is Or. Bereshit, or Genesis 1 verse 3. According to Zondervan's Hebrew English Interlinear, the verse reads, Elohim said, let him be light, and he was light. Also interesting, the Hebrew text renders the first Haya as YHY in English, which is the singular masculine third person jussive signifying a command, active tense of the verb. The second time the verb appears, it is written as WYHY, which includes the conjunction and, represented by the wa. Collectively, these letters represent the full basis of Yahweh's name. So in this way, we find Elohim identifying his name and associating himself with light. But there is more. Had Haya been vocalized in first person, the passage would read, Elohim said, I was light, I am light, and I will be light. I exist as light. Albeit as a stretch, as it requires Haya to serve as a name and as a verb, the inference could be made, Elohim said, Yahweh was, is, and will be light. Whoops, I just scrolled down. Yahweh exists as light. So whether Elohim, the Almighty, said, Amar, let there be, or exist, Haya, light, which would be Or, and light existed, or I was, am, and will be light, always existing as light, or even Yahweh is light, and Yeshua will become light. He was speaking about how light, the first thing he created, was synonymous with his nature, and how his nature would lead directly to our salvation and to life. Yahweh exists and enlightens us, and sheds light upon the path to him, so that we will become like him. Beautiful stuff, I think, but I'll leave you to think what you will. Another note I have, to name something implied to having dominion over it or ownership. And again, Echad, where he says day of the one, that word one is Echad, a single unit of unified elements. Example, a day composed of nighttime and daytime. Yahweh is father and mother with all his characteristics. A tree is composed of trunk, roots, branches, and leaves, etc. And then etc. There's also, other examples you could give, but it's the idea of one thing, even if it's composed of unified parts. But the idea is one. So there's no plurality involved, even though there is unification involved of the various parts or aspects. And then for a day, here, these are the notes I have on day, which I think is very interesting because that yom can connote, well, you'll see, a phase of a continuum that consists of 2 periods, dark or chaos and light or order. And that word, where I translated it chaos and order, the Hebrew words, from what I understand, they can be either translated as chaos or evening and order or morning. Either one can apply, it just depends on the context. During the dark chaos part, the elements are not connected. During the light order part, the elements are connected. The word yom to the Hebrews did not put in mind a simple nudge on a calendar, but much rather a period of indefinite length and most definite theme, arguing the theme to set the day's boundaries and not the clock, most often not localizing the expressed sentiment to one specific duration of 24 hours at all. A day, as in our modern language, the word yom denotes both the entire cycle of one day and the light segment of it. Many wonder if in the Bible a day consists of a dark part first and then the light, or vice versa. But that's typical calendar thinking. Look at waves on the ocean. Does the wave peak precede the wave trough, or vice versa? Activities were conducted on the light part of the day, but in the case of special days, Shabbats and feasts, the jurisdiction of rules and regulations pertaining to that day commenced at the closure of the previous light part. See also Shemot, or Exodus 20 verse 11, 31 verse 17. Let me see how I'm doing on time. Oh, need to end it. Okay. I'm going to continue the video to keep on going through the first chapter of Bereshit, or Genesis. And until then, have a good life. See you later.